It's MrConectr. Crypto clarity is almost here, guys. Which fintechs are complaining? Which fintechs are ready for compliance? That is a good question to ask yourself. Are you in the right one? You guys know I love all these like XRP, XLM. We don't hear Brad complaining very much, do we? Danielle Dixon just got back from Davos. She hasn't said much against it that I've seen for Stellar. Marshall Hayner's ready to go. We heard him in the X Space the other day. He's ready to pass this thing because Metal's ready. Metallicus is ready. Shout out to XPR OG here for sending us this video of Metallicus core developer Frank Mazza. He explains how Metal blockchain is the only fully compliant blockchain ready for banks and institutions. Wow. And don't forget, guys, Metallicus with their XPR network and Metal blockchain are the only native built-in ISO standard blockchains that there are. What's the benefit of having native ISO standards built into the blockchain versus these, like we've always heard, like XRP and these others that are ISO compliant? Compliant is not the same as built in. These fintechs will have to, it's called overlay. They use overlay method. They are putting standards on top of a transaction. With Metallicus, standards, ISO standards are the only ones built into, Metallicus is the only one that has ISO standards built into the protocol. You can even send an ISO message from blockchain to blockchain. That's pretty wild. That's the only one, guys. Okay, so let's look at this from Frank Mazza here and see what he says about their compliance.
Tell us a little bit about the innovation that Metallicus has on the Metal blockchain and how you're using that to drive innovation for financial institutions.
There we go.
Yeah, of course. So when you think about blockchain, Metal blockchain itself is actually the only layer 0 blockchain built for compliance. So Metal blockchain is the base layer blockchain. So in order to deploy a layer 1, you essentially need to have a layer 0 to deploy that. The benefits of that blockchain gives you full control and customization of that chain. So with Metal, for example, we're actually the only one that has been built on that compliance of BSA, AML, GDPR standards. We enable secure private subnets, a number of different tailored solutions.
Private subnets. What does that sound like? That's where we're going, guys. That's what all these institutions want. Credit unions to banks, they want a private subnet to run their own chain on. And that's what Metallicus and their Metal blockchain here is offering. You know, think subnets are side chains on the XRP ledger side chains. It's kind of the same concept. Linear scalability. It's wild.
That allow bridgeless interoperability. When you think about digital identity, on-chain data storage, enhanced audit, tokenized.
Bridgeless interoperability is a key benefit here. We've talked about how bridges can be hacked. We want this to be built into the native system instead of an add-on layer 2 bridge network, right?
Enhanced audit, tokenized assets. So Metal blockchain has kind of built this for the banking industry. The biggest value on top of that is that Metal is also one of the fastest, if not the fastest, blockchain in this space. When you think about infinite subnets, we're less than, I think, a half a second transaction finality.
Infinite subnets with less than a half a second finality.
Versus when you think of Bitcoin, it's like, versus when you think of a half a second transaction finality, versus when you think of Bitcoin, it's like 60 minutes, Ethereum is 6 minutes. So when you talk about processing speeds, we are the fastest blockchain with compliance that's built in that gives you that control.
The fastest blockchain with compliance built in. Wow. Here we go, guys. I think it's a sleeper. What do you guys think? Hit me up on the live stream sometime, guys. MrConectr out. Peace, guys. Enjoyed it.